Welcome to another episode, guys and girls, with myself, LL Crypto, also known as Luke, and I'm here with my good friend Edo. So how you doing today?
It's always a pleasure to be here to discuss about these interesting topics about cryptocurrencies.
Very good. So in today's episode, we're going to talk briefly about Bitcoin. We did talk about Bitcoin on the last episode, and make sure if you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, bell notification so that you can be notified with each and every video that we publish and to help us with our subscribers. So jumping into today's episode, what we want to talk about is this topic here, the path to altcoin season, because let's face it, most of you, 90% of you, maybe more out there, are not particularly interested in Bitcoin or Ethereum because you're not going to make much gains unless you're a millionaire. But you're here for the rest of the space. So the altcoins, that's what most people are here for. So we're going to jump into this. I don't know how excited you are for this altcoin season, Edo.
I didn't know about this chart until recently when you showed it to me. But it clearly helps to have an overview of a market cycle. And also clearly, it also helps to know where we are currently in the market cycle. So I really like to have this chart because quickly we can see, okay, this is where we are currently, and this is where we are moving to.
Exactly. So basically, phase one, there's 4 different phases in each cycle. And with phase one, obviously Bitcoin, the money flow goes into Bitcoin, and this is what's been happening for months now. We could say the last couple of years, really, because the dominance in Bitcoin has been within Bitcoin since, if we go all the way back, let me just get rid of, how do I get rid of this? Let me just get rid of that. If we go back to the weekly, there we go. Yeah, we go back here, really, when we hit that reset back in 2022, early 2023. So the Bitcoin dominance has been pretty sky high. So what we're waiting for, which has started to happen now, is phase 2, where the money flow starts to go into Ethereum. So Bitcoin, this doesn't mean that Bitcoin is finished. I still believe, and maybe yourself, I still think that Bitcoin has another leg to go up, maybe 150,000, who knows, maybe 200k, but I like to be a bit more objective. 150k would be my potential price top. So what will happen is then Ethereum, and Ethereum has just started. So what's the current price of Ethereum right now?
Currently is sitting around 4,700 US dollars.
Yeah, so we keep kind of going back and forwards with 4,006, 4,007, and we did set a new all-time high with Ethereum last Friday, I think, with almost 5,000 US dollars. So Bitcoin will obviously continue to go higher, but what we will see is people start taking the profits, what they've earned in Bitcoin. Big institutions start seeing Ethereum as a massive potential, and sooner rather than later, Ethereum will probably go to our 7, 8, maybe I'm saying about 10, 11,000. Maybe that's a bit too much, but I think we will probably double over the next couple of months with Ethereum's price, and that's phase 2. What do you think about the price? Before we continue,
Though I think that Ethereum will pass its all-time high. It has already happened last week, as you mentioned. But I expect Ethereum to go higher than 5,000. But doubling is all-time high. This one I'm not sure. Obviously, overall during this crypto cycle, Ethereum hasn't really performed significantly as personally as I was expecting. But is it now the time for Ethereum to really show that it could outperform Bitcoin? Well, we will see, because we are currently in between phase 1 and phase 2. So I clearly expect Ethereum to clearly pass 5,000. But then even to go to 6,000, yeah, I'm kind of a little bit conservative on that.
okay, so anyway, what we will see is Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin, which has just started. It starts outperforming it. And when Ethereum starts outperforming it, what we'll hear talks, maybe on the news and the media, talks of the flippening. And that's clearly when we are in phase 2. And we've just started to scratch the surface with this. And what, again, most people are here for, which you'll make the biggest gains, is phase 3 and phase 4. So that's when all this money starts trickling, the money flow starts trickling down. We have another overlap phase. It trickles down into large caps when we see large buys ups happening. So Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and then the large caps are going parabolic. So these large caps in the top 20, top 50, XRP, Solana, BNB, even Dogecoin. Probably start seeing Dogecoin all over Twitter again with Elon Musk. Cardano, I expect it to do a 10x, 5 to 10x. Chainlink, Sui is a new player for this cycle. Avalanche, and so on. Maybe even Litecoin. I know that you liked Litecoin. You were...
Yeah, I did trade Litecoin in the past, but yeah, I feel like Litecoin doesn't really perform as much as I hoped.
There's not a lot of hype with it.
No,
But it's always stuck around. It's always stayed within the top 50. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the top 10 last time, but yeah, Litecoin as well. So any of these from, I would say from 1 to 30, maybe 50 max.
maybe Shiba Inu also could raise as well, maybe and be back in the top 20 as well.
Yeah, we've got Polkadot, Uniswap, which used to be in the top, I think even the top 10 at one point last cycle. I'll have to check that. But yeah, so the money flow phase 3, where we start seeing 10, 20x's with these coins. And that's where things go absolutely parabolic, where every single person, media starts talking about an altcoin season. We were waiting for the real altcoin season, where mid caps to low caps, micro caps, all pump. Everything's pumping, even meme coins. It says here, it seems that every coin is going parabolic, regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you'll feel the mania in the air. So when your grandmother or auntie starts speaking about meme coins, we're in altcoin season. It's probably the end of the cycle.
Yeah, probably end. Yeah, probably end, because when they start to happen, because as you also mentioned during one of our previous episodes, it's a very short period of time. So you get in it, make sure that you get out as quickly as you went in, because it means that soon the market cycle will be over, and then another market cycle will start.
And these altcoin seasons, they don't last months and months and months, maybe a few weeks, maybe a month or 6 weeks tops, and then it's all over. So I expect this phase 4 to happen at the end of quarter 4 of this year. So going from, anywhere from October to December. And then we're going to see the end of this, these 4 phases.
Do you think that it could also happen sooner than expected this year?
It depends with what happens with Bitcoin going into the rest of, August is almost finished. What happens in September will be interesting to see. And of course, how fast Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin, because when this pops to the upside, let's imagine in September this does go to 8,000, then I expect, October to be phase 3, phase 4. I mean, we could top out in November.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the beginning of September will clearly help us to see what are the trends regarding Ethereum, because Ethereum right now is sitting close to its all-time high, and we can see that there is a clear line of resistance around 4,700, 4,800 US dollars. So if Ethereum does manage to get past that, if Ethereum does reach 5,000 the end of this week, we could really expect something parabolic to happen with Ethereum next week. So we are yet to see what will happen, but definitely I guess it will signal the direction in which the market will go, one way or the other.
Yeah, so we are clearly waiting for now Ethereum to start outperforming Bitcoin. And I expect that to happen relatively soon. So just going back to, so we've spoken about this. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to bring out on this, but I think it's pretty much covered.
Yeah, that's you said much about this chart, which it helps to have an overview of how a market cycle it goes. I mean, at the beginning of this year, I was saying that Ethereum didn't perform as much as we expected, but actually that's how the market functions.
Yeah. So anyway, just for our community to know, basically when altcoin season happens, like we said, everything will start pumping regardless of the fundamentals, even coins from old coins. 90-95% of things will pump. But in my opinion, just not financial advice, the biggest players for this cycle, of course, altcoins that have been around for some time, that these altcoins have continued to grow and reinvent themselves, will do well. But I'm trying not to hold on to old bags of altcoins. I'd rather look at, maybe it's a bit riskier, but looking at coins that haven't had a cycle yet. So there's some coins that I bought over this bear market that have just come out over the last 2 to 4 years that haven't had their cycle ready for this altcoin season. So everything will pretty much pump, but what I'm saying is these newbies, these new coins, I think will outperform and pump even more because they haven't had this true altcoin season yet. Similar to last time when we saw Sandbox, Mana, they went from a few cents, 20 cents, all the way to $6 to $8. And I expect some of these new coins, which I can show you in just a second, to outperform, are ready for this altcoin season. So altcoin season right now, it hasn't obviously happened. We're still in we're touching phase 2 now. The fear and greed index, last week when we dumped, we've reset, which is good for the market to start heading higher. We flushed out a lot of liquidity in the market. A lot of long positions were flushed out just to restart the next leg up.
So why do you think that the fear and greed index will be in the next few weeks?
I think not just the next few weeks, but, well, it depends what happens in September. If September is historically bad, then we could start touching into the fear. And for me, that's a time in September. If we do dump, September is probably, again, not financial advice, is the last chance to buy altcoins at a discount price. Because if people are fearful and selling everything, these altcoins are primed to go. We've just spoken about the money flow going into the different phases. So you can buy these altcoins at discount prices, because then most people, if they're fearful, you should be greedy, and vice versa. If most are greedy, then you should be fearful. So I'm hoping, a bit selfish of me, but everything to go into the fear, September to be a bad month, so that I can buy more crypto ready for October, November, December.
Well, that's clearly an interesting strategy, but I think that it only works if you know how this market works a little bit, if you have an experience of it. But definitely, though not financial advice, but those who are looking forward to get into the market, maybe September will be an opportunity.
So some of those coins, so we've been talking about the large caps, the alt season. What coins interest you? If we're not talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum, but some of the large caps and the rest of the mid caps, micro caps, what would you be looking at? If you had, let's say, €1,000, $1,000, what would you potentially look at?
Earlier this week, a friend of mine mentioned pump to me. I didn't know that coin before. I look at the technicals.
Yeah.
I didn't see much of it. But now looking at it, having 10%, maybe I would definitely start having maybe a deeper look at pump. But me, I always like to be a little bit conservative, maybe for 80% of my portfolio. So maybe I would still go for things like Solana, XRP as well. In the past, I traded VeChain, but for me over the years, it seems to me that VeChain doesn't really have, doesn't deliver the hype that I put into VeChain. So other coins that I could mention from the top of my head, maybe obviously it's always good to have some Bitcoin also in this portfolio, maybe as part of the 5%. Maybe Shiba Inu could also be an interesting one as well to consider.
Yeah. So with these coins you mentioned, except maybe Pump, this is I think it came out relatively recently. You probably do a 5 to 10x with like the mid caps. But if we will talk about the other coins in just a second, where we can make even bigger gains. But it's interesting with Pump because I don't know exactly what it is. It might just be a meme or something, but it's in the Solana ecosystem. You mentioned Solana. And I mean, Solana, we should have bought it 2 years ago when it was like less than $20. It's already done a 10x. And I still think it will probably do from where it is now, maybe maximum 5x.
Go to 1,000.
Yeah, 800 to 1,000 at finish. But again, most people didn't do this. They should have been buying Solana 2 years ago when it was at $20, because you would have made a 10x already on the current price. So when Solana starts pumping, things in its ecosystem, so another good thing for you guys and girls watching, is look at coins within the Solana ecosystem. And I didn't realize this, but Pump is actually in the Solana ecosystem. So when Solana does a 5-6x, then in its ecosystem, all those coins will do even more X's moving forward. So yeah, Pump, I don't know too much about it. Maybe you do, guys and girls in the market, but let us know in the comments what you think to this. I guess it's a meme coin.
Yeah, it looks that way to me. Anyway, I didn't get much from when I look at the projects, the technicals. So maybe I have to look at it and dive a little bit more thoroughly, and maybe look at this coin. Who knows? Maybe it might get the potential to make us millionaire.
Who knows? So if you want to make more X's, it's a bit riskier, then you want to go for lower market cap coins. So in the top 100, let's just change this over. So going from lowest to highest, well, the Sandbox is here, which is interesting. The Sandbox was a big player last time. Personally, again, I don't want to hold onto coins that have had a cycle in the past, because not necessarily. I still, of course, with the altcoin season, everything will pump, but I don't think there's no chance Sandbox is going back to its all-time high. I mean, I could be wrong, of $8, such as Gala as well. I mean, Gala, the Sandbox, yeah, they're old-timers. I wouldn't, you can if you want, but I wouldn't be jumping into those. I'd rather look at new gaming technologies that have come out over the last 2 years, because they have the potential of getting more market cap, more X's this cycle. But it's just my opinion.
So one coin that you always mention to me in gaming is EMX. I mean, I guess it's not in the top 100 here, but is it a coin that we're still looking forward to buy during this market cycle, or that you already have?
So Immutable X is always a nice one. I don't have any at the moment. I traded it, and from time to time I do trade it. But we did go down considerably, a lot, and we're down at, yeah, I mean, I was trading it around these prices here, so I think I did a trade until it, yeah, went to about $2 something. I got out, and obviously we crashed back down. But yeah, IMX is one of the top, I think it's in the top 10 of gaming, which I still think would probably do a 10x from here. I just went past a few others as well. We've got, I think DeFi as well will come back even stronger. Theta Network is a nice one to have. And if we just go a little bit higher, we've got Mana somewhere. Oh yeah, Pudgy Penguins is a new player. So for the NFT space, I think this will be like the next. If you remember, in the last cycle we had the NFTs. It was a Bored Apes NFTs, and if you own some of those NFTs in the past, you'd be a multimillionaire now with that. And I think Pudgy Penguins could be the next Bored Apes for this cycle.
Is it a utility coin or a meme coin?
I don't know exactly, but I mean, coming back to NFTs and within the art space, I mean, yeah, Pudgy Penguins, the creators are doing a lot with this. I think it could be even a game as well, but it's become, yeah, quite fast. Like it says here, Pudgy Penguins has become the face of crypto with one of the most influential communities. Ivan on Tech on YouTube is huge in this. He has Pudgy Penguin NFTs. You can buy the coin as well if you want. But about Pudgy Penguins, I don't know if there's not much about it. I mean, you can go and check out their website. So for me, it's just, yeah, it's NFTs again. And I think art is always here to stay. NFTs haven't really got going like last time, but I think DeFi and NFTs will go. But I personally believe that this cycle, AI will dominate the altcoin season, and gaming with NFTs again.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I guess AI, this is the time for AI. coins to rise. And in terms of AI, what coins there are?
So let's have a look what's big at this moment. So I'm really into BitTensor. I think they will do pretty well. We could do a... They've got only 21 million coins in existence, and so the scarcity of it is quite low. So yeah, BitTensor for me would be a no-brainer. If you want to stay safe, then you stay in the top 10. So you're looking at BitTensor, Near Protocol, Render, Filecoin, FET, Injective, even the Graph is an old timer, but I think we'll do pretty well. Virtual has already done what, 25,000% that we saw through the year. Was that correct? Let's look at the year. Where was it? Is it in the top? Was it top 10 or top 100 or top 200? I see. Yeah, it's done 3,500 already. So it's probably a bit too late with that. AOS. What else do we have? But if you want to stay safe, stay in the top 10 for sure. But when you start going lower on these coins, then it becomes even riskier. And like we keep saying, 95% are going to lose their money. PAL AI, I think will do pretty okay. It's only 91 million in market caps. And if you really, really want to, play with your money a bit more dangerous, then you want to look at market cap with less than 10 million. I've only got one coin in gaming with a market cap less than 10 million, and that is, let me show you. Let's go to gaming. So Render is at number 1, 1.8 billion. Immutable X is 1 billion. Gala is still up there, so 60 million. And Decentraland here, so this is $500 million. But for me, a new player for this cycle is Medieval Empires. So it's the meme token, Medieval Empires. It's currently down 3% today, but it only has a market cap of 3 million. So yes, it's a huge risk. I haven't put everything on it, but I do hold a few coins on this because it has the potential to do a large X's going forward. So we're talking about, like, if ever it does something like Sandbox or Mana. I mean, Sandbox and Mana did like 100x plus, 175x plus, something stupid. So I'm not saying this is going to do 100x, but if you're looking for those 50 to 100x's in altcoin season, then you've got to find a market cap of less than 10 million.
And Medieval Empire, did it come out during this season?
Yeah, it came out this bear market 2023, so it hasn't had its full cycle yet. And what they've built is, if you like gaming, if you like, what's the strategic game, the civilization game, Age of Empires. It's basically the Age of Empires, but on blockchain. And you buy land, you buy weapons, you buy skins, you buy characters. It's basically like, you're buying NFTs in the gaming, you buy the weapons, etc. And yeah, go and check Medieval Empires. I think for me, if you like those strategic where you have to build up your empires, your soldiers, etc., it's like a conquest of land. It's very, very similar to Age of Empires, the civilization games where you can play with your friends as well. Multiplayer online strategy game it's set in the 13th century, and it's basically what I just said, but on the blockchain. And you can have the native token is me, the me token, and you use the me token to buy weapons, buy land, etc. It's built on the Polygon blockchain network as well. So for me, the game itself is fantastic. I've looked at it. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen a lot of the game on YouTube and people playing it. I'm more interested, obviously, in the token itself, but it's a risk because it's less than 10 million and it's sitting at 1,629. So that's a big risk, but
to something,
the reward could be huge. So no risk, no reward. So the reward, if I get this right with this one, similar to Decentraland and Sandbox last cycle, then the reward could be absolutely massive.
So is there an active development of this project?
I mean, we can check out the website at this moment. They're still building on it. I mean, if you want to know about the team, the white paper, the tokenomics, maybe look at the tokenomics. They continue to develop. More and more people are playing the game. They're making it, yeah. I mean, it's one of those games where if you play like Age of Empires, it's addictive. The more you play it, the more you want to play it. And I think this will blow up even more. I think this cycle, and more people will play it. The community, you can find them all on pretty much every social media, and you can sign up as well for the updates. But from time to time, I've looked at the website. They've obviously changed it slightly, but I think it would be, well, it's just my opinion, but it's featured on all these little different Yahoo Finance, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, etc. I've seen it on bigger YouTube channels as well. And for the game itself, I think we'll go from strength to strength, and they keep building on it as well.
Well, I mean, it would be interesting to keep an eye on this coin.
But that's just a big risk to get in. But if you want to look at those, the main thing there is jumping into coins that they haven't reached their full potential yet, or they haven't had a cycle. Then when things, like we said, when altcoin season mania gets going, everything's going to pump. And these smaller coins, it doesn't take much money for them to do a 2x or a 10x because they're so low in market cap. And that's the point. You want to find these hidden gems. Who knows? I don't know if that's going to be a hidden gem, but it's just me. Could lose all your money. So don't buy what I'm buying, but the risk is losing your money. But the reward outweighs the risk for me in this sense.
I mean, we've never said it enough. Before you invest into a new project, do your own research, try to get the technicals, to understand the technicals, and then after maybe you can invest into the new project. But it's also very interesting to diversify the portfolio. So maybe you have 80% of your money into more secure coins, and then after maybe 10 to 20% to other coins. I mean, I'm just giving random ratios, but you want to put more of your asset into coins that, okay, you know that this one, they are secure. You take less risk in investing in those ones, and maybe a small fraction of your asset and invest it into those smaller coins that have a big potential. But
that's why for me, it's important that you have most of your portfolio in Bitcoin, at least 50% or more. Again, not financial advice, or even Ethereum, because these altcoins, they will lose their value of 90, 98%, some of them 100%. So when you start making profit, take your initial investment. If you want to keep coins, keep Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not going to zero. Bitcoin is here to stay. It's going to go to $1 million eventually. So if you start making profit, for me personally, if I start making profit, of course, I'm going to take some for myself, take that initial investment, some profit, but the rest of my altcoins, I will be selling pretty much everything and converting it into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to let it sit there for the next cycle. So the idea is, for me, you make those 10, 20, 30 X's with these altcoins, you put it into Bitcoin moving forward. I know it's called the little old lady strategy, where you basically, you earn big on altcoins because they're outperforming Bitcoin, and then you transfer them, you convert them back into Bitcoin. So you want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Even if you own, in my opinion, 0.1 Bitcoin can be life-changing over the next 10 years.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if Bitcoin collapses, the whole crypto market that collapses. So Bitcoin is here to stay. So it's as secure as the crypto market itself is. So if you want to have something secure, then definitely want to consider Bitcoin and Ethereum also as well. And then after, maybe for a rest, and just to make profit here and there.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. So today we wanted to talk about the pathway to altcoin season. So hopefully it's pretty clear now. If you're not so sure, then please rewatch the video. You can send us some questions in the comments section below, and just get ready now. We're touching We're scratching the surface of phase 2. Over the next few weeks, few months, we're going to enter, I think, the largest altcoin season we've ever seen. So stay safe out there, guys and girls. Make sure, again, to subscribe to our channels. We'll leave them in the description below. Thanks for sticking to the end, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.